I'd like to start by thanking each one of you because of honoring our invitation. I feel this is a very good opportunity for you to get to know me in a better way, because I feel some of you know me personally and physically, but some of you don't know me. They only know the name. I am a mother and a wife and a born-again Christian. I have been in business for so many years, actually 29 years. That's the whole of my time after college. Academically, I own a Bachelor of Science degree of Kenyatta University and an MBA, Master of Business Administration of USIU. I am ready, willing and qualified to represent you. Thank you. Currently, I understand all the challenges that businesses are going through in Kenya, especially because of lack of raw materials. We depend very heavily on importation of food and raw materials. And I think it is time we re-strategize as a nation to be self-dependent in food production. We need to be able to feed our people. We need to be able to feed our animals. We need to enhance people's lives, to improve standard of life. We need to be able to feed people. Therefore, I want to encourage you and to request you, business people from Thika, that you partner with us to ensure that we promote activities that are geared towards a value addition to our products and activities that can create more jobs for our youths. Yeah. And I know you'll be ready to partner with us. We are ready to ensure that we provide conducive business environment for every business person in Kiambu County. And we are offering ourselves to position ourselves as people who can be trusted and people who can be entrusted with public funds. So we are going to ensure that public funds are well looked after and well managed. And we are going to deal with all the cartels and corruption that is rampant in our county. So I am asking each and every one of you to partner with us. We support our governor and the deputy and the team that is going to be running the county to ensure that we make Kiambu great again. The person who has given us this opportunity, given me this opportunity to deputize him, is a person who is known for his integrity and transparency. And he is very experienced in governance issues. Therefore, we are not afraid to work with him. We are not afraid to support Governor Wamatangi because he's well known for his integrity. At this time, I want to thank each and every person who has given a speech. We have heard you telling us what you want us to do for you. Our governor is going to respond to those issues, because I looked at them and I said all these issues are actually found in our manifesto. So he's going to respond by explaining the manifesto. He is going to respond to all the issues. They are not complicated. They are all doable. And I'm very sure we are going to make a difference and to take Thika to the next level. So at this particular time, I want to take the opportunity to welcome our incoming governor, Honorable Kimani Wamatangi. Please be upstanding. Put our hands together once again as we welcome him. Thank you very much. Karibu, karibu.
Thank you very much. Wanabiashara wote hapa kwetu Thika, hamjambo? Hamjambo tena. Mungu ni mwema na kila wakati.
The people of Kiambu, you the business people of Thika, we cannot afford to be neutral in a situation whereby the time has come when we have to do something about our situation, about where we are, that tunaweza kurekebisha mambo sasa and we make things not only right but better than they are. And so I believe that is the reason, is the genesis for our meeting here. I'll take about 5 minutes so that tunaweza kwenda tupumzike, to say just a few things as I respond to some of the issues that we've raised. In Kiambu, every 4 months, Wamatangi Foundation trains 2,500 young people in IT and computer courses free of charge in every ward in Kiambu. We have partnered with our churches. So what we do is we establish, if a church has space that they would want to give, we equip the space with computers, network, hire teachers, tutors, and then train the young people, get them to sit for exams. And our system is recognized by the Minister of Education. So those young people wanatoka akiwa akona certificate yake nzuri, akiwa anajua computer vizuri na anaweza kwenda atafuta kazi ya maana. That is how we had the testimony from, is the young lady left? The one who gave the testimony? Oh, you're there? Good. Ya mmesikia amesema yeye alisomea hapa Thika. Tuko na darasa nafikiri tuko na 3. We have one in Thika town in AIPCA. We have one in Makongeni PCA church. We have another one somewhere in Gatuanyaga. And we're intending to open more. We also do a few other things to donate community funds to each of all the 12 sub-counties of Kiambu. I donated 12 new 14-seater vans with drivers. And for 365 days, for the last 8 years, we fill those vans, we have drivers who serve community, and we don't ask for a penny for any service rendered to community. Na mimi nataka nichukue nafasi hiyo nikimalizia ni washukuru, because you have given me a unique opportunity as the people of Kiambu to serve you as the senator for 10 years. I've now done my 9.5 years. Nataka niwashukuru uniquely. I would have never got any higher honor than what you gave me. And that is an opportunity that I've used to learn so much as to how do you change people's lives. In the course of hiyo kazi yenye mlinipatia wakati nilifika huko na nimewapatia hiyo story, nilienda nikaambia watu mimi naitwa Wamatangi. Tukaanza kufanya kazi nao. Wakati ukaenda nikapata kazi ile ilikuwa huko, nilifika huko nikapata Kiambu, tulikuwa tumenyanyaswa pamoja na kaunti zingine. Vile mlisikia rafiki yangu kutoka kwenye soko wakisema pale. Alafu mimi nikapata wametuwekea pesa huku chini, wengine wamewekea huko juu. Ndio mimi nikaanzisha hiyo one man one vote one shilling as you know it. Tukapambana. For those who don't know the history of that one man one vote one shilling, it did not fail. It worked. The first one of it did. Because sisi tulikuwa tunapatiwa pesa hizo wakati huo 5 billion. Saa hizi the allocation of Kiambu County is 13.5 billion per year. I had wanted it to work in 2 phases. Only one phase is yet to work, but Parliament will make the other phase work. In Thika here, we have got 160,000 voters. We have a population close to almost 400,000. Actually past 400,000 right now. And in the laws that I wanted to change with what I did with the one man, one vote, 1 shilling, as far as the county allocations are concerned, is exactly what I wanted to do with the CDF allocations. Because if you give 130 million to a member of parliament with 400,000 people to serve, and you give the 130 million to another member of parliament with 20,000 people to serve, then what justice, what equity, what fairness are you administering to those people? Kuna usawa hapo? I left a motion in the House of Senate that was intended to compel government, when they are passing what we call division of revenue bill, that they will ensure they refused to subdivide our sub-counties from Thika to Ruiru and all the others that have got more than what is called the population quota of 130,000 people. They said the constitution binds them because it says that we have 290 constituencies. But the constitution does not bind government from allocating equal funds to each citizen, such that if Thika has 160,000 and 400,000 people, then that means that Thika has got 390,000 human beings equal to 3 constituencies. So what should they do? Give 130 million times 3. It's as simple as that. They don't have to give us 3 members of parliament, but they give us the money. Because the money is supposed to be allocated to the human beings who are there. And that has been our argument. We succeeded in the county revenue, we must succeed in CDF. Ama namna gani watu wetu? Then that time, some of those things that we are saying here as part of our complaints can be done efficiently, properly, and to the satisfaction of our people and fairness of what our law requires. And having said that, then we come to these other few issues which I want to address in one, probably just one paragraph or so. And this is, why do we have all these issues that we have raised here? We have raised the issue of the market, we have raised issues of security, we have raised issues of kukosa kazi kwa vijana wetu, unemployment. We have raised issues mengi hapa ya congestion ya barabara. We have raised issues pale kwa roundabout, how it is impossible to get in and out of Thika. We have raised issues of potholes, licensing. Mtu anaitisha license 5 wakati unaenda kufanya kitu kidogo. There are some I've heard you have not raised because you know how this county of ours works. Tuko na shida nyinyi kama nyinyi wana biashara, ukitaka kwenda kufanya ka renovation ama ka expansion ndogo kwa biashara yako, enda jaribu kupeleka pale uitishe ati approve, uone vile utaona. Ama ni aje? Yes. Unagojea, una beg, unaomba, unabembeleza, alafu unaitwa kwa hoteli. Ama ni aje? Yes. Unaambiwa sasa ndio hii ipite, na ni kupaka unapaka rangi labda. Ama ni aje? Si ni ukweli? Sasa unasikia sasa wewe lete kitu. Naenda unaambiwa lete shilingi. Now that is Kiambu County for you for the last 10 years. That is how we started. That is how we have moved on. That's why we are. That's how it's been. And so, I've said those things because you are business people. And it is important for you to understand the context in which we are speaking. And so, as we look for solutions to najiuliza, then what do we need to do? I want to conclude by telling you that in my view, that when all the other counties started running in 2013, from lane number one was Nairobi County, because it's in the city. Lane number 2 was Kiambu County. In terms of who was in the best position to do well after devolution, Kiambu. We have a history in 1975, 77, up to 78, all the way, even the 80s. We used to give loans to national government. Si mnajua? Yes. Sisi tulikuwa tunakopesha serikali kuu pesa, walipe mishahara, afanye vitu zingine, warudishie Kiambu. That is the Kiambu that you know now. I'll touch on something that maybe you business people might think about, so that then we can agree what is our way forward. You know, there are two ways you can run a small economy like Kiambu County. You can decide to do two things. Unaweza amua ndio upate pesa ya kuendesha economy ya county kama ya Kiambu ama economy ya Thika, just for example, because hapa sisi ni wanabiashara. Do two things. One, you can decide that utapata pesa ya kuendesha hiyo county yako by punishing your people through taxation. So unaambia kila mwanabiashara kikuja kuitisha kwa biashara ya kinyozi, vile mlisema hapa, tunakuitisha hata ya health, na tunakwambia kuna ingine unaitishwa 5. So if you overtax people na kuitisha yako 5 na 5 mpaka ya fire na nini na nini na nini, then we will say we have raised revenue. Si ndio? Or you can do it another way. You can enable people. You can lower licenses, make licensing a one stop. Unaambia wewe kuja, nataka license, within 2 hours you have a license, then go and start your business. You license as many as possible and make business as easy as possible. And then you have quick flow of money and currency. So these people who are buying all these will pay your parking fees quickly. You know, they are going to pay all the other services that you're asking for, including those licenses that will be paid and paid on time. You know, and you will have people buying milk and everything else you're selling. And you have a stable economy and you have money. There are two ways of doing it. When we started, we used the wrong model. Because tulianza na ile model ya kuhike the cost of doing business in Kiambu. And that is where you find, ukiongeza cost of doing business iko juu, kuna hizo stories zingine zote tunasikia za kuitisha watu na nini, and that is a strangling opportunity. That is why you find that now slowly we reversed. When Nairobi, when Makueni, when everybody was now moving forward, running towards success, we're moving in the opposite direction. Unfortunately, all the other administrations we have gotten since that time have continued in the same direction. And so what has that given rise to? An ending corruption. I want to tell you this as I sit down. I said this during the time when we had the debate in on Citizen TV the other day. If Kiambu County was a limited liability company or private enterprise, it would have been declared insolvent as of now. It would have been broke and put under the auctioneer's hammer if it was a private enterprise. The only thing and reason why it hasn't been is because of what it is. How do you talk about a county that has got 13.5 billion as its revenue and pending bills, money owed to you and you and you and you because you invited to weka street lights, weka maram, kuja lete hii, weka pipe ya maji, weka ile. And that means you mop all the money that is in the pockets of your people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Good people. Tunaelewana? You know, that is kwa wale wamefanya hii mambo ya kuboresha maisha ya watu, that is what is called voodoo economics. Tuko moja watu yetu. Yes. Because if you run an enterprise by removing money from the pockets of your people, you know, and then you tell those people go and look for more, and then you invite them back, you get, and then you go back to their pockets and remove, because wewe ukienda ukichukua loan mzee, you know, alafu nakuja unakupatia kazi ya kuweka maram na nini, I don't pay you. Sasa unaenda unauza plot tena, unakuja tena ati sasa kuja nikupatia kuweka street lights. You get what I mean? So if you do that to your people around here, what have you done to this multitude? You have killed these people, isn't it? You have killed your economy, isn't it? Yeah, and there is no way at all under the sun you can ever expect that you will look at a county that you see has the prospect of growing. It's not possible. There is no reason on any way ukifanya namna hiyo why you should go and complain ukipata vijana wamesimama pale kwa stage wakiwa wanavuta bangi na wanakunywa pombe na hawana namna. You can't complain. You've caused it. I mean, when you chase the investors who would have given your young people jobs, why would you go and complain at vijana wanakunywa? It's the only thing they can do. Why are you going to complain that young men are committing suicide at the age of 13? And that is the situation that we are forcing our people into. The situation we are forcing our people into. And this is the flip side. This is the other reverse side of the story I've told you. That now, I want to challenge you, ladies and gentlemen, that when we started in 2013, there were counties like Makueni, Kivutha Kibwana. Alikuwa kwenye gazeti. Mzee alikuwa na celebrate jana wakati county yao ya Makueni imeweza kutengeneza its first milk processing. And hiyo packet ameshika hivi inaitwa Makueni fresh milk. Ni ile anakunywa in Makueni County. I went one day to a supermarket in Kampala town city, and kuingia kwa supermarket, on the shelf mahali unaenda unatoa Minute Maid na nani na nini, I found a packet, and that is a fact, you can also check, juice packed and sold by Makueni County government. Because Kivutha Kibwana told his people that, ladies and gentlemen, what we do now, we will stop selling our maembe kwa barabara, kwa shilingi mbili na sumuni kwa karai. We are going to pack our mangoes and process it into juice and employ young people in those plants and give value to the farmer who is growing those mangoes. And so his people are living well. And you can call it change. Lastly, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o was my deputy for 2 years in Senate when I was the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. And tulikaa na yeye kwa hiyo kazi. He left me in 2017 and went to Kisumu. When I went to Kisumu, within 4 years, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o turned Kisumu town into Kisumu city. You saw last month, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o hosted all the cities in Africa. The Afri Cities Conference was held in Kisumu. So every city in Africa took their money to Kisumu town, to Kisumu city. Every policy that was to be signed and all those things was done in Kisumu. You know what it means to turn Kisumu city into a city? It means that after signing that charter, those people are not going to be talking again about problems of your pavements, the ones that we have here, yenye wamama wetu wanauzia hapa soko jioni. Because those payments are done as per the requirements of a city standard by the national government. It means that it is not an issue, Kisumu anymore, to talk about street lighting. Because that is the standard of a city. It means that the problems about water can be solved much more efficiently and quickly. You know, it means that the streets of Kisumu and the roads of Kisumu should have the city standard. So national government has a responsibility to invest in it. That's what it means. You know, wakisukuma mpaka na Lake Nyanjui kufanya Nakuru kukua city within that short while. In my manifesto that you have, I asked my people to give you a few. You will see what I've said there. That my first proposal is to turn Thika town into Thika industrial smart city within the first 2 years. We used to be called the Birmingham of, isn't it? Yes, that is what we used to be called. We want to do that and do it much more better, in better style. For those that spoke about our markets, Jamhuri, Makongeni, tulienda kutafuta pesa ya hiyo soko, but our politics could not let us have it done at that particular time because watu walileta fujo huko nini. It was a World Bank funded project. Unajua namna hiyo, World Bank does not entertain the kind of nonsense that was there. Ti watu wanakuja kuchoma soko na nini na hot view na kupigana. World Bank wants a straight process like this ambaye ni above board. Hizo pesa mnaona zilijenga soko ya Juja, ya Ruiru, ya wapi, ya Kihara, ya wapi. This guy standing here, yours truly, I was the chairman of the Committee on Infrastructure in Senate. I am the one who traveled to Washington DC, and you have seen those photos on social media, to sign that loan, which also included the money that built those markets, but ours could not be done because of our bad politics. God willing, when we get into leadership this time, we will put our best foot forward and ensure that that becomes history, and we will redo and make sure that that market is done to the standard that is supposed to be done. I've proposed in that manifesto, if you see, I'll just touch on those 2 points and close because you can look at the manifesto. Nimepropose kwa hiyo manifesto ya kwamba I want to give relief to our young people. How do I propose to do that? And I know this is going to be a big talk. I've had so many people wananiambia Wamatangi hii tunaichallenge sana huku na huku na huku. I stand by my principle. I want to challenge wengine wenu ukipata time and Google the history of a bank called the China People's Bank. And once you Google the history of China People's Bank, I want you to relate the history of the China People's Bank to the status of China today. Why is China a superpower? Why does China challenge America today? I want you to find your time and do that. I made a proposal there that we shall be establishing Kiambu People's Bank. I'll just take 1 minute in that. I'll tell you. You know, ladies and gentlemen, hii county yetu kwa kila mwaka revenue yetu is 17.5 billion. Allocations, collections, grants, and all the rest. The requirement by Central Bank is that if you wanted to open a bank, you need to have 2.5 billion. With 17.5 billion, if going by that standard, you can open 5 banks. But you only need one, which I'm calling the Kiambu People's Bank. When the current governor for Kiambu gets 17 billion, he goes and takes it to another bank and gives that money to another person in another bank. Akipeana kwa hiyo bank, anaambiwa kama unataka kulipa hawa watu wako wote mishahara, tulipe service charge. The salary for Kiambu County is 5.2 billion per year. So, weka charge ya kulipa service, ya kulipa hizo mishahara, 250 million. Any other service, if that money is there unutilized, that bank takes it and loans it to person B and takes interest on that money. So what is the big deal? Nyinyi ni wanabiashara. Nani alikuwa anajua ile kwa banki ilikuwa inaitwa Moiganania? Unajua? Yes, that is Equity Bank today. Nani alikuwa anajua kale kasako kalikuwa kanaitwa Family in Githunguri? Si ndio? It is Family Bank today. Who knew that small sacco in Murang'a called Unite Us today? Si ndio? And if you ask the people, ni watu wangapi wameenda K-Unity na wamepata kalon na umejitoa kutoka kwa grassroots? That is the story of China People's Bank, to where the people of China are today. And what I'm saying is that we are going to take that leap of faith and we will ensure that we have at the seed level Kiambu People's Bank, and it will grow and it will be the source for easy, affordable loans for our people. If you want to take a loan today, my brother, uende kwa bank saa hizi unataka kununua kagari yako ya kuenda kufanya delivery ya 1500, unachukua 1500 na unalipa na 12% per year. If I want to buy a car myself and I am a staff of a bank, I will go and get that loan and they'll tell me you are a staff of a bank, so your interest rate is 3%. Ama ni uongo? Si ni ukweli? So niwaulize, if the interest rate for a member of staff is 3% na yake ni 13%, same money from the same bank, who are the staff members of Kiambu People's Bank? It is yourselves. It is your bank. So you want a small loan, you get it at 3%. You know what I mean? Because this is not money you're borrowing from a commercial entity that must make profit and pay somebody else. It's your own money. And that is how you finance success amongst your own investors. And I told you in conclusion that that is how China supported what it calls its cottage industries. My friends, that is why you find selling toys in China is big business. That's why our women go to China and bring toys. Because they are supported at a base level that toys can be commercial as a cottage industry. Ama namna gani watu wetu? We have proposed that we will be setting aside a 1 billion hustlers revolving fund for our young people. Get the money, do what you have to do, return it, give it to another young person, somebody with disabilities, a young lady who wants to do something, then we uplift our people. I have also proposed that we resolve this problem of health. Let me say this one. I have proposed that we give a proper lasting solution to the issue of health. Ukiuliza watu wetu siku ya leo, kutana na mama pale airport, msimamishi, umuulize unaenda wapi, atakwambia sisi tumechukua green card, tumeenda USA, tutakuwa tunaishi USA na wao watoto wangu, hata mzee tumemwambia tuende pamoja. Waulize, what is your biggest motivation to take the green card and migrate to the USA? Nakwambia sisi hawa watoto tumetoa hapa Kenya tumepeleka US, tukifika masomo ni bure. Ama sio kweli? Alafu anakwambia ya pili, huyu mtoto akikuwa mgonjwa pahali popote, tunaenda kwa hospitali, anapeana tu social number, social security number, anatibiwa, anaenda nyumbani. Ama namna gani? Basic health. Si ndio? Those are reasons enough for our people to leave Kenya and go and settle abroad. Because somebody has got free medical care. Sasa niwaambie, sasa my brother, I've referred to you a lot, so many times, but you are sitting close to me. Lakini nikuulize dada yangu ama ndugu yangu, ukuwe mgonjwa leo, ama mama ama mtoto wako, enda hapa kwa hizi hospitali, akuwe admitted mwezi moja, mwezi wa tatu wako hospitali, the 4th month anaambiwa amepona. Bill $500,000. Si ndio? Solution fundraising. Si ndio? How many fundraisings have each one of you attended for the last 1 year? Countless. Si ndio? I mean, when you see somebody approaching you nowadays with a card, unataka kuangalia sura hiyo mtu, unatafuta excuse. Si ndio? But I'll tell you currently, the highest number of harambes right now ni medical. Ama si ukweli? Si ni kweli? Yeah, watu wamewacha, people stopped fundraising to go to India, to China, or to India for masomo. Zamani tulikuwa tunaitwa kukula mbuzi ya watoto wakiwa wanaenda China kusoma, India kusoma. Ama si ukweli? Siilisha hiyo. Sasa ile imebaki ni ya health. Hiyo ndio ile imebaki tu. In our manifesto there, we have proposed that with innovation and proper management and organization, we can partner properly with agencies like NHIF and at least reputable insurance companies and put in our own money na tuhakikisha kwamba by 2024 we have given every Kiambu citizen universal health care, so that ukienda hospitalini unatibiwa, unamaliziwa, and your card and your insurance combined with the contribution from your own account, not from you, is enough to give you free medical health. Na ndio nataka mimi niwaambie nikiketi chini ndugu zangu na dada zangu, we have a manifesto that I think to the truest of my heart and my conviction that we can take step by step in the next few years, 2 years and the 3rd year, na tubadilishe direction ya hii county and we start moving to the right direction and change the fortunes of our people to the future. Mimi hiyo kazi mlinipatia hiyo miaka kutoka 2013 nimeifanya. Mtu akienda kuangalia ile inaitangwa consolidated account for Kiambu County which is held by the Central Bank of Kenya, uitisha statement yako ya hiyo account because that is public information. Our constitution says that any information that relates to the public is free and is a right to every citizen. You can go and ask for that information. You can go to Central Bank today and say, I want to see the statements from the consolidated account of Kiambu County. It will be printed for you. If any one of you may want to do that, you will find this evidence that since that time up to today, I have brought into this county, into the consolidated account, about or more than 95 billion shillings up to today. Let me ask you then a question, gentlemen and ladies, because we have been here in this space together 10 years, doing what I do every day, and not one single time. And if there is, let's have the evidence. All that time, you have had wenzangu wengi, huyu wako na scandal, huyu hata samama, huyu wako kwa EACC, huyu wako kwa DCI, but kuna siku moja mtu hapa mmoja kusikia Wamatangi yako huko, ama Wamatangi yako suspect pale, anameandikwa mahali ati alikuwa ameiba hapa ama pale. That's why I normally like referring my people to my history. Na mimi nataka niwaashue ya kwamba mimi mkinipatia kazi ya kuhudumia nyinyi kama governor wa Kiambu, what I want from the deepest of my heart is to change the fortunes for this county and our people. Na niwaombe tafadhalini, mimi na Rosemary Kereka, mkitushikilia na mtusaidie, mtupatie hii kazi, tutafanya kazi kwa uaminifu na tutawabadilisha hii county. We will put our best effort. And we will give our children new hope. And we can revive the glory of Kiambu County and truly make Kiambu great again. Mimi nitaomba tu kwa heshima sana mtushikilie. Mimi nataka niwaambie, mkiniangalia na muangalie ka historia yangu, mimi nakuanga captain mwenye anatii sheria, lakini pia mimi ni captain mwenye anahakikisha kwamba sheria inafuatwa. Sasa hao vijana wenye wanatafuta hii kazi ya kwenda kwa county assembly, mimi naweza kuwashua watu wa Thika ya kwamba hiyo county assembly haitakuwa kama zile county assembly za mchezo. Hiyo itakuwa ni county assembly ya kuhudumia watu wa Kiambu, kwa vile hao vijana na wengine tutaketi na tupange mipango mizuri, na mimi nitakuwa captain ambaye ni mwaminifu na anasimama imara. Na tubadilishe hii county yetu. Ni ombi langu watu wa Thika wa biashara. Mimi ndio niliomba huu mkutano, nikamwambia Rosemary na Mr. Kereka, and Mr. Kereka, I want to take the opportunity to thank you like I do many times mahali upo, because wewe umekuwa mwenye amejitolea kwa hii kazi yetu, na wewe you have made the biggest sacrifice of all, as I've said so many times. Niliomba huu mkutano wanathika, ndipo mimi niweze kushauriana na nyinyi siku ya leo na kuongea na nyinyi pamoja, because in my mind I'm certain about one thing, ya kwamba if we want to change Kiambu, then we have to start from Thika, and the best and right people to start with ni nyinyi wanabiashara, because you are the ones who are holding the heartbeat of this potential industrial smart city. Mimi naomba tutembee pamoja. Nataka niwatakie kila laheri, nataka niwapatie my word ya kwamba hii kazi yetu kutembea pamoja, hizo suluhisho za mambo zenye mmeuliza tutazilete kwenye meza kwa kufanya kazi ya kuwajibika. Mungu awabariki, awatende vyema, na tumeshukuru sana. We are grateful, we are thankful, we are humbled that mumeamua kukuja tuketi na mkaweka mambo mengine kando, kwa vile kila mtu hapa ako na shughuli nyingi, tuko na familia, tuko na mambo mengi personal, na mliweka yote kando, mkasema mkuje tuweze kuanzia hii safari na tujadiliane pamoja, ndio tukitembea tunatembea pamoja. Let me give you an assurance that this is not a one-off. It's not a one-off. Ati tuliongea kwa vile tunatafuta kura, tukishapita pande ile tutapotea, mtuone hapa tena 2027 tunawaita kikao tena kwa vile tunataka kurudi kwenye zile viti vya uongozi. Sisi tutafanya kazi na nyinyi kwa mashauriano, in constant consultation. Tuhakikisha kwamba kila tukitenda tunafanya participation, mnatupatia mawaidha, tunawekelea kwa meza, tunaamua pamoja, alafu tunasema sasa tu implement yenye tumeamua. Tukienda ingine, we do the same. Na sisi tutawaheshimu. Asanteni. Na Mungu awabariki.